Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. How you all doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Yes, it's early in the morning. It's just after 5 a.m. and it is Saturday, December 24, 2022. Boy, this year is almost over. Can't believe it. These past 2 months went so quickly. I hope you had a good night's sleep. Yeah, I got some sleep yesterday. Um, yeah, what do I want to talk about today? Well, first things first. Yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning. Yes, you know what temperature it is out here in New York City? It is 7 degrees Fahrenheit. 7 degrees Fahrenheit. What happened? Yes, what happened? Can't believe it. Yeah, but I'm pretty comfortable in my place. You know, some days inside my apartment, um, it feels colder than other days, you know. But despite it being 7 degrees outside, I feel okay in here. Yeah, sometimes the bed just feels colder than it is, you know. And right now it's okay. So yes, the big freeze. Yeah, I went out yesterday to see some family, and yeah, I had on my snow pants and um, my down coat, and it was pretty good. It felt okay. So it had to be like in the 30s. And when I left, where I went out yesterday, honey, it what happened? It was breezy and the air very crisp and cold. Yeah, it had been raining too. Yeah, it had been raining, but it cleared up the rain after a couple of hours. But when I left to come back home yesterday, it it was a big switch. Yes, I wasn't dressed in many layers at all, but I'm glad that the coat still kept me warm. Yeah, when it's like in the 30s with the type of coat I have and with the snow pants, I don't really require a lot of layers on my top. But it was getting close yesterday. Yeah, I just had like my shirt and then um, those joggers jackets, you know, they fit close to the body, the long sleeve, and then my coat. Yeah, I could have used maybe one more, but yes, the weather switched dramatically. And when I got home yesterday and checked my app, it said it was 17 degrees. That's 1 7, 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, everything here is in Fahrenheit. 17 degrees. So it was a big, big drop in temperature from when I left my place yesterday morning and just like 6 hours later, a big switch in the weather. Wow. Yeah, that's a big change. And so my getting up today, and I'm just checking my app now on my iPad, and I see it said 7 degrees. My goodness, yeah, and it's going to be this degree for a couple of hours. It said on my app, and then I think it said it go up to like 10 degrees. Yeah, this is not weather for me and my dogs. Yeah, this is yeah. I have no real reason to go out there, especially with my dogs. I mean, if I go out, then I'll just add on more layers. But my dogs are staying home. Hey, light beer. Hey, light beer. Yeah. Hey, good morning. Yeah, I haven't heard from you in a while. Oh, it's always nice. Yeah, it's always nice to see you guys. Yeah, it's always nice. It's a great surprise to see the old timers here, and I say that affectionately. People's been here, watching my channel over the years. It's always a great treat to see your names pop up on the chat room. Yes, thank you. Also, you have a great day. Also, yeah, Lyra. Yeah, it's always good to see you guys. Yeah, it's very comforting. Yeah, see, I don't require a lot with my viewers. I just, I'm the type of person, just say hello, hey, how you doing? Or just coming aboard on your, live stream. And that makes my day. It's really nice. Yeah, so thank you, thank you, people out there. But yeah, the weather is changed a lot and so quickly. I don't recall the weather changing so dramatically. And I'm wondering whether this weather is natural or assisted, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't know how weather could get like this. Yeah, I feel the weather is changing. And uh, yeah, I just hope you guys stay warm, stay warm. And you know what they have the mylar blankets and sleeping bags. Mylar, it's it almost looks like aluminum foil. People who do those marathons, and after they finish, cross the finish line, they usually put this funny material around them to hold in the body heat. Yeah, that's mylar, and that works. That really works. I don't have it on my bed right now, but I had a piece, a blanket, the size of a blanket, and I had put it on top of my bed, on top of my sheets, my blankets. And wow, I was heating up fast. Yeah, it's just a matter of maybe 60 seconds, boy. I'm not even over exaggerating. I was amazed that you can actually feel the heat um, building up under it. Yeah. So it could be a very good investment, people. You got little ones, or yourself, and you want to try to save money, or you just want to, feel warm without turning on the heat. Yeah, putting on the heat could be a fire hazard. It makes the air very dry. Yeah, right now the air has has been very dry, and that can cause nasal problems. It can cause nose bleeding. And let's say you have old folks out there, you know, and as you get older, the cell membranes of your nasal passage gets thinner and more delicate, and it could crack, and they could get serious nosebleeds, people. Oh, nylon, amazing, nylon. Yeah, nylon also. Yeah, um, nylon the military uses. Yeah, you get something made out of nylon. It's a good investment. Yeah, it's hard to find nylon. You might be able to get nylon at those, what do you call it? These military stores. The stores that sell those military paraphernalia, like those, what do you call it? Those boots, those khaki pants, things like that. All those socks, military socks, surplus socks. They're usually nylon because they want to give you things that's going to be durable. Yeah. So yeah, try to stay warm and be safe. Yeah, don't put your radiator. Yeah, what could happen, people? I know of people who had a radiator, the portable ones, and they put it by their legs. And you know, they fell asleep and they had second and third degree burns on their leg. I kid you not. Yeah, I had a friend who had MS, and with MS, their s- uh, the neuron the nervous system goes out of whack. They can't feel things, and they lose balance and things like that. And since they cannot feel, when they were burning, they couldn't even feel it. Also, it could be a fire hazard. Also, yeah, don't put that those portable heaters up by your mattress and things like that. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Um, Invest if you can in a mylar. They have the mylar blankets or the mylar sleeping bags. It does make a lot of noise. I have to admit that because it's it's it's, it's very similar to to, um, to aluminum foil, so it makes a lot of noise. And little animals like my dogs don't like the sound because it makes a crackling sound, and they're kind of afraid of the noise it makes. But yeah, you might want to invest in that. You can get it um, on Amazon. Just Google the word Mylar. Is spelled M as in Mary, Y as in yellow, L. I think it's an AR, Mylar or Mylar, Myler, or Mylar. I forget which one, whether it's an ER ending or AR ending. But you just check the both spelling. Um, so yeah, it's a the big freeze right now, 7 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, I'm glad I went out yesterday. Yeah, someone who I know went to visit, and they're going to be going away with their family. So I just wanted to see them again before they go away. Um, yeah, I want everybody to have a it's very safe journey. You know, please be safe, drive safe. Yeah, they have that thing called black ice, and black ice is that ice on the road. And when, let's say, it rained or something like that, and the rain freezes, and you cannot tell that it's ice on certain spots. And then when you cross over that black ice, you um, you skid and you can get into terrible accident. You know, so take your time driving out there. You know, if you don't have to drive, don't do it if you don't have to. Okay. Oh, let's see what else. What else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I want to kind of talk about, just kind of like a review certain things in social media, and a movie I want to talk about too. Yeah, the social media content I want to talk about. Um, yeah, it's revealing a lot about myself, and I see I have sensitivities. Yes, I have sensitivities, people. And I started evaluating, should I really have spoke out? Yeah, I'm referring to the last upload I did. Not a live stream, was an upload. And I think it was 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago about I was watching a YouTube video, and it was a live stream, and I don't know who this YouTuber is, but it was a black YouTuber, and they were discussing things about World War II. And I thought that was very interesting discussion amongst other black YouTubers about World War II. Oh, you're fighting a nasty cold. Okay. Oh, I hope you get better. Yeah, I hope you get better. Yeah, if you, yeah, Liberia, if you have like garlic, and lemon, to make like a tea. You get hot boiling water, and you put in a clove. You peel off a garlic clove. Peel it, and then you could cut in little pieces and um, steep it in hot water. Yeah, yeah, that might give you relief if you have like a sore throat. It's an antibacterial, and the vitamin C in the lemon. If you can get an organic lemon, that's great. Yeah, try to drink a lot of fluids, and I hope you recover quickly. Yes, people out there. Yeah, I have my I have my cold remedies too. Um, yeah, I bought. Boy, it was a couple of months ago. Um, it was the late summer. I bought my zinc, vitamin C, um, what do you call it? What do you call those things? Not back. What do you call it? Like a healthy floral. For your GI tract. I bought that. Um, colloidal silver. Yeah, colloidal silver. I bought. Yeah, I was. Yeah, because early in the year with the big the C19, as I call it here. I call it the C19. Um, I didn't want to go through um, another scare without having um, my supplies like that. My nutraceuticals. Yeah, yeah. It seemed like in New York, like a big scare, and I think I was afraid for myself. Um, I did get sick earlier this year in March. Yeah, I had something for about 2 weeks, and I did do videos at that time, and I shared with you. Yeah, I was all bundled up, and keep your neck covered too. That helps. Yeah, I caught something. It started out like a regular cold, like sneezing. I was sneezing, runny nose, and then my throat started hurting a little bit. It was uncomfortable, and what else? And then I started to get the headache, and I never had that type of headache before. And I was scared. People, I did get scared, and I don't want to pretend I wasn't. I started to get a little scared because you know, they were trying to make people afraid. Now, many of you know that I watched a lot of news regarding the C19, and I feel a lot of it was hyped up. I did early C19. I did go to the hospital. I had a doctor's appointment at the VA hospital, and it was empty. So they were saying that it was a pandemic and everybody's sick everywhere. But when I went out, because I do have dogs, as many of you know, and so that was my excuse to go out. And I visited certain places where they say things were a long line or a crisis, and it was empty, and it was not accurate. It was not true what they were saying. So they wanted to make you feel panicked and to keep people at home. And I think they did that. I mean, my impression, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. They were saying that this. Um, I think that they were doing things like in the schools. It might have been. It is believed by some people. Let me just say it that way. It's believed by some individuals that when they wanted the children to stay home, that they were doing something with the electrical wires, the system, that maybe 5G might have been implemented, other things, because they didn't want you to see what they were doing out there. So keep everybody home, make everybody afraid of everybody. Yeah, it was really bad. It was really, really bad during early COVID and early last year. It was very bad. Um, People were not nice. People were afraid of everybody. But I had my dogs and I had to walk them, and none of the police bothered me walking my dogs. It was very, very empty. Wow, it was like a ghost town. And I did do videos. Yeah, back then I had my camera, my cell phone camera. Uh, that was I had the phone service. I don't have a cell phone number now, but I was on the internet, so I was able to do the live stream out there, and it was a ghost town. New York was a ghost town, and it, it, I was hearing one thing by the media. I was watching a lot of videos on the C-19, the pandemic, and the media would say one thing, but when I go out there with my camera and you all could see, you know, um, what was going on in 2020, around in April, May month, and you see that it was empty, and yeah, so um, I don't know what to think, and well, I know what I think, but I did get sick earlier this year in March, and the symptoms were very bizarre. The type of headache, and it's like I had pain in the temple area. It's a weird sensation, and then it felt like these needles, these little pins, I should say, pins or needles, um, in my temple area, poking me. And that lasted, I think, the prickly sensation lasted, I think, 2 days. And then it jumped, like then it went away. And then immediately the pain jumped to my feet and had these prickly sensations at the feet. So, people, I never had that before. But I did go to my doctor. I'm sorry, I went to get tested, I should say. That's more accurate. I went to get tested for the COVID because I was very concerned what was going on. Um, yeah, I went after these. I think after the symptoms went away. Yeah, because in case if I had it, I didn't want to be contagious. So I stayed home until the all the symptoms went away, and then I went to get tested, and it tested negative. I didn't have it. So what did I have? What did I have, people? If if I didn't have COVID or whatever those other variants, I never had those symptoms. So I'm wondering whether the symptoms that I had, what was it, 5G or something? I also noticed. I want to ask you guys also. Have you noticed for the past year an extreme dry mouth? Um, and you guys know that I drink my water, but it's like excessively dry. It started last year, and my dogs, they're drinking a lot of water. I have I have my dog's water bowl in my bedroom because they require water at night. They never needed. I mean, I've had them for 13 years, and both of us need water. I mean, and I'm drinking my water. So why this? Yeah, and for no reason. Like I hydrate. I eat foods that have water in it. I drink my water. You guys see that I drink my water. I drink a liter of water. I have it right next to me in bed, and I drink it. Yeah, I miss. Let's see. Okay, Lightbeer is saying sinus being affected by something, had sharp prickly on my feet also, and my VA doctor sent me something for the feet. Interesting. Yeah, people. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Lightbearer. Yeah, I forgot that you were in the VA also, in the military. Yeah, I forgot that. Thanks for reminding us. Yes, and thank you for serving too. Yeah, I believe something is up, something that they're doing. I really think it's um, it's 5 years, something uh, in the air, and it's affecting our bodies. It's affecting us. There's no reason for this. I would say, hey, is it drier outside? It's no drier than any other time of the year. It's no drier. Yeah, thank you, Liberia. Yeah, it's the weather is. I mean, yes, it's cold right now outside, but it's been cold on and off for 20 years. I mean, I've been in the same place for 20 years, going on 20 years, I should say, and it was never like this, never. So I believe something is up, that they're doing, that they're setting off on the population and causing these symptoms. Yeah. So let's see what else I want to talk about. Yeah, the social media. Yeah, about 2 days ago, yeah, a YouTuber. Yeah, I basically look up other Black YouTubers as a means of staying connected with the community, and I'm surprised at our behavior, and I have to analyze myself too. Am I just being sensitive? I think where I'm coming from is that, see, when you receive the narrative that it's always somebody else, and it's always somebody else's fault for your demise, for uh, your social, um, what's happening socially upon upon your community. And when I see members of my own community doing things that are problematic and being done to me, I get upset. I take it more personal because, see, when people want to make the narrative seem like it's somebody always outside of you, and it's not anybody. My and I speak not to as a crybaby, but I speak as, hey, for us to open our eyes. What's happening is global, and people are people, period. People are people, and they want you to believe a certain narrative about society, about other people, and they could be doing the same thing. That is the essence where I'm coming from, and why I got upset with the YouTuber. Um, it was a Black YouTuber, and they were examining some World War II films. And I've never heard Black YouTubers discuss about World War II. And so I was listening. It was a live stream that I caught. And again, I've never seen this YouTuber before. And so I just, thought to get like a history lesson or something. And I mean, I don't want to go in depth, but um, I it's some I guess I'm sharing this also, that why we do the type of live streams that we do. Now, again, I thought this individual was going to be, they presented themselves as maybe like a semi historian. So I enjoyed learning things about World War II. Yeah, I used to watch this other YouTuber. They're from Europe, and they analyze a lot of things about World War II. So I thought this was a black YouTuber who has a focus on World War II. So I was just very curious to his perspective. But um, I felt it was just one sided. I didn't realize, I shouldn't say I didn't realize. I wanted to believe that it was really an intellectual talk. I like intellectual talk. I don't have to agree with people, especially if you're doing a live stream and you're encouraging people to comment. So when someone presents information, and I mean, I'm not stupid, and I've been in the military, so I think at a different angle towards things. And the individual was they were sharing a video. It was a black and white film. You know, it wasn't a color film, but in black and white. It was taken to, I think, in the 1930s, 30s or 40s. I'm not sure whether it was right after the war. No, no, it had to be during or just before the war itself. And they allege that the video clip that they have, the old footage, was Hitler in the United States with the US presidents. Now, I couldn't tell whether it was him, but it was a particular aspect of the film that I questioned. It was a parade. Um, yeah, it was a parade, and people were marching. There was like a military groups, um, and they were marching, and they had their weapons, and then they show the picture of this man that's allegedly was the that particular ruler during World War II in Germany. Um, they mentioned again. I thought this was going to be a history lesson. A history lesson. I thought this YouTuber was going to talk about with this film. Now, I don't know whether it was that particular leader or not. Because it was so the film was very washed out. You couldn't really you could see some detail, but uh, it wasn't definitive for me. But that wasn't the real issue. It was what they were saying about a flag, and what he was suggesting was that this was taken in the U.S. and that the people here in the U.S. were surrendering their allegiance to that particular leader, and that the president of the United States at that time were in submission to him, so to that effect, that almost as if he was running the show, that they were giving him a lot of reverence, and it was about him. And there was a person in the audience that was waving a little flag. It was one of those triangle shaped flags that you see a lot in college universities, you know, like you have your favorite um, group in college, that you pledge to, whatever, your sports team, things like that. That's what it looked like. It didn't have any writing on it, and they were waving it. So he said, "Oh, see, this is a white flag of surrender." So I looked at it. I mean, I'm not a flag specialist. I'm not a flag specialist. But I looked at that, and now so I wrote down in the comment section, okay, that what and I show that comment on the video, the short video clip that I uploaded about 2 days ago, so you can see what I wrote. But what I said to the effect was about the white flag. I said um, that I thought the white flag for surrendering was during um, the on the battlefield, when you're surrendering, when you're on the battlefield, and not using a flag, a white flag of surrender during a parade. Okay, that those are two separate things. You're at a parade, so what are you surrendering? The white flag of surrender is on when you're on the battlefield and you don't want you to get your head blown off. You say, "Look, I surrender." So that's what I said. So then I wrote that, and then I was to put in another comment, and this comment was like when he said something that seemed very factual. I forget what it was, but I remember saying, "Okay, now you're talking. Now you're making sense. That is accurate." Something like that, and I concurred what he was saying, but it didn't go through, and a message popped up that I was being timed out. That I was being timed, like I did something wrong. I was timed out by the um, either it was the the person who had the channel or one of the um, moderators of his channel. So I got upset. So then I tried to write in another message, like it allowed you to press another button, like to see if the timeout is up. So eventually it did come up. I said, and I respond, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you uh, time me out for what I said?" I said I never said anything pejorative. I was respectful, and why even do that? So yeah, I took up my device to record my accusations about being timed out, and what I said. I made sure I showed what the comment was, that I tried to upload, and then eventually did go up when they untimed me out. So I might have been a little strong with the title and specified it was a black YouTuber that did that to me. See, the narrative here in New York City is that other people target black people. And I'm saying, hey, wait a minute. This is just a friendly video live stream that's being done. He's coming across as if he's a researcher. Um, he does on occasion use some colorful language. And he's like, it was just a one-way conversation. So we're not even allowing us to ask questions, or people could have different insights. If we as a community cannot communicate to each other, if we cannot share our experiences, or our um, you know we each of us have different opinions, and yes, be respectful, but you shouldn't be censored by asking a question. Yes, we know that there are people that so-called ask questions, and it's designed to shame someone, to insult someone, and I wasn't coming from there. But I'm not stupid. See, it's like it's more brainwashing. It is more brainwashing being done within the black community, and I felt that they want to set the narrative that it's always somebody else who's bad, someone else who is biased. You know, they don't want you to think, and they want you to think like a victim. They want you to hate the USA. They want everybody's bad. This is a and I don't want to always come across that way. Um, I don't like a lot of things that happen in the USA. This is true, and I'm open about it, but I'm very specific what I don't like. Like I was specific when I did not like when that white female attacked me in the street, um, and it was a blind what do you call it when you're blindsided. They sneaked up on me, and that happened a year ago in November. Now I talked about that. I was specific what I was upset about. But you have people within the our black community who I feel at times, based on their what they say, and when you ask questions about certain statements they say, they don't want any other opposing or contrasting opinions. And so what is it about? Some of the YouTubers are very, have a lot of viewers. They have a lot of people who watch their live streams. And it's like if you only want to show one angle of it, then don't have anything in the comment section. Keep it, what do you call it? They allow you to not have the ability to put uh, any comments in the, what do you call it? The chat room. Yeah, you can block the chat room, so no comments. And you just say what you want to say during the live stream. Um, but what makes a live stream exciting is when you have people share their experiences or just some it you don't want it to just be one way, and it gives you the opportunity. Now let's say whatever what I said on their live stream regarding the white flag of surrender, they had an opportunity to then respond to my comment. It says, "Oh, okay, Spirit Journey, I believe that it's such and such because uh, X, Y, and Z." So it could actually enhance your live stream by having something contrasting to what you said. You could it allows you to explain. Maybe I was wrong, and so they can clarify why what they said was correct. So each one teach one. Maybe I didn't know certain aspects. Maybe I could have been wrong about certain things, but it just allows you to share and to give out information. I thought the live stream was about giving out information because he had very old footage from World War II. And so I thought that was interesting. So what is it? Well, basically, I felt they wanted to make you afraid that it's, it's like they want you to think that every white person is a member of that organization from World War II. And I think that could be potentially dangerous to imply that because it's setting up a scenario that don't trust anybody. And I'm only saying that sometimes people from your own community, sometimes people from your own family even, could be your worst enemy. And if you're only believing the narrative that somebody outside of your community are the only people to fear, you're in trouble because that's not true. Anybody could be someone that you have to be careful about. Because people that you have people, just because someone looks like you, talks like you, acts like you, doesn't mean that they are on the same team. And a lot of times things could be done that way to make you think, like Obama. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there. Sometimes people, even like Obama, uh, could be used to make you trust, to make you think, wow, he's a married black man with two kids, and oh wow, he's representing us. Well, he's not representing you. He never represented the black community, and especially the straight black community. I mean, you could be a member of any community. It is your business what community you want to affiliate with or identify with. That is your business. But when someone who is posing as someone who is about your community, and as politics goes on during their time in office, and they never served your concerns, it's a problem. But we all know what what social group he did um, represent. And again, that's his choice. But would he have gotten in office with us knowing what his affiliation was? Yes, that's right. Devils would be devils. And yeah, like putting backfire on them. Yeah, I'm just looking at your comments. Sometimes I can't see the comments right away. Yeah, I've discussed about it on my chat. Oh, okay. It was planned. Yeah. Yeah, see, a lot of things are being said and it's tricking you. Look at BLM. BLM. Now, I I got interested when Trayvon Martin got killed. That was that 12 or 13 years ago. Yeah, in 20 yeah, let's see, it was 20. Oh, okay, it was 10 years ago. My mistake. Yeah, 10 years ago. That's when Trayvon Martin got killed by George Zimmerman. Remember that? The young boy, the 17-year-old in Florida. And George Zimmerman gets off um, because of the stand your ground, even though he was the pursued the teenager and brought a live pistol with him. It shook me up. And it shook me up because I have brothers, I have nephews, I have male cousins. And that what happened to Trayvon Martin could happen to anybody else. So it changed my paradigm, my look. And I became very I started doing videos. That's when I first came on board on YouTube. Yeah, it wasn't this channel. I had another one. But that's what got me interested in speaking out and helping the black community. Yes, my first video was on Trayvon Martin, and then I think the second one I did was on helping black veterans get um, their vendor's license. Yeah, so I wanted to be uh, a tool of information to reach out to the black community. Yeah, because here in New York City, we're not being helped. We are not being helped here in New York City. The black men, straight black men, is a rarity here. What is popular here in New York City are people of the alphabet soup community. And the men are out of their minds. They're dressed out of their mind. And so, where's leadership? So I'm afraid for us. And so um, I, I try to be informative. And I think on this journey, that's when I'm starting to see the inconsistencies. And that's when things like the Black Lives Matter organization started to really pick up steam as a result of the Trayvon Martin. That's the excuse. BLM got started after Trayvon Martin incident, him being killed. But as we see, that organization, um, yeah, Candace Owens did a documentary on the organization. And yes, Candace Owens is, she speaks well. She's a black woman. Uh, there's some things that I question about her. I mean, she's well poised, but again, there's my concern with Candace Owens is who she works with. And I feel that she's being used as a tool. So she's the black face of a white organization, in my opinion. I think initially she was very, very positive image, but now I question certain things. Um, Not everything that glistens is gold. She has a lot of good qualities, but there's just something that's beneath the surface that I'm concerned about. And but she did do the documentary on BLM, and it was very telling. And so I don't think people gave money to that organization so that they can give money to the alphabet soup community. Who benefited from BLM is the alphabet soup community, but they see the alphabet soup community in large cities seem to be leeching its power and money off of the black community, the straight black community, and what you call white sympathizers. People who allegedly have white guilt, right? And people donated money to that organization thinking that they were going to help resolve the racial issue in America. But according to the documentary, that money was being used outside of the black community. And that the lady built a house for uh, her girlfriend. They have a mansion. They built a man. Now, if she built a mansion for the homeless black people on my in my neighborhood, but it's not happening. See, what I'm getting at, people, again, um, not everybody who looks like you, talks like you, act like you, maybe even live by you, they may not be for you. They may not be representing you, but they pretending. And I'm finding in the world today, you have a lot of pretenders. You have a lot of pretenders out there that are deceiving us, deceiving you, deceiving the world, because they have an agenda. There are a lot of agendas out there that you may not be aware of. And you could think that you're doing a good thing, but it's being um, taken advantage of, like BLM. And we're putting our trust in people. And they want you to think that you are a victim. That's the main thing here. They want to make you feel like a victim. BLM is not a victim. They're, in my opinion, it's my opinion that they are a perpetrator of against truth, because they want you to present, they want you to believe, in my opinion, a narrative that we are all victims, black people are all victims, right? And if you just give them money, that they'll fix the problem. And as you see, they didn't fix a problem. And in fact, I got groped. 2 years ago, I got groped by a black man wearing the Black Lives Matter T-shirt. I don't trust BLM. I don't. And I took a picture of him. That creep. Yeah, I took a picture of him. And so it's distorted. It seemed like the people here in these large cities, they wear these T-shirts and stuff like that, and they're raising money through these T-shirts. But who? It just seems like the people who are buying this paraphernalia are weirdos. They wear it around, and then they do, well, at least that individual, that specific individual who groped me on the street and he was wearing that T-shirt. That's also why I felt very uncomfortable around uh, anybody associated with that. Anyone wearing a T-shirt, all those masks that says BLM. I don't trust it. And as we see, according to that documentary on BLM, they're not to be, they had very questionable activities that was shared. Yeah, yeah. These some organizations they because it's a nonprofit, they have to account for where the money is going. And that's why, Candace Owens got a list on where the money went. And there's no accountability. That's another point. There was no accountability. So you can cry wolf, get people to feel sorry for you, and then you can just leave with all the money. And no one's really crying out. Yeah, how are people going to believe us now when something real happens against us, and then you cry wolf, and then you ask for money to try to save you? They're not going to do it. That a BLM organization could have raised money for schools for um, poor black people. Maybe have like a tutoring service, like a lot of blacks uh, in the large cities, they don't read on grade level, their math levels are low. They could have had free tutoring sessions, teach them how to read, improve their reading skills, the math skills. It could be used for that education, right? But they didn't do that because it's not a problem for them. See, I'm seeing, and I think many of you are seeing also, that the alphabet soup community, which is a protected minority group now in America, so they are given the same rights as other minorities like myself, a black woman, or if you're Hispanic or Asian or other groups that are, or women, they are now a protected group, and they have, again, their civil rights. But with that, though, I'm losing train of thought. Yeah, but the main thing is that, yeah, even though they're protected, but they still have to have accountability for what they do. Yeah, it's a wake up call, people. It's a wake up call. There's so many protected groups now in America, and so um, Black America is being is like not really even being seen anymore. I mean, when it's like a big piece of pie. And at one point during the civil rights, you had the whole pie basically. And as time went on from the 1970s to now, your slice of pie is getting smaller and smaller because now you have to share your pie with other protected minority groups. Oh yeah, with the alphabet soup community, they could get funding, and as you see, certain rights that they have, and that it just seems like their rights are more right than anybody else's. So sometimes things in history happen that these things in history are happening as a guise for something else. What do I mean by that when I say a guise for something else to protect? Well, what I mean is that okay, you have the 1970, starting in 1950s, 60s, and the 70s. You had the Civil Rights Act and all that drama that happened back then. But let's say that social scientists knew that they wanted to implement a change in society through the alphabet soup community because they may have an agenda. And I think the main agenda is sterilization. Sterilization. They don't want people to reproduce. So if you could attack the family is the unit of any society. What is happening within a family? And a family then has a community, and the community has like a state, a country, a nation, right? And when you're able to target the family, and you want to implement the lowering the birth rate, well, you have to undermine what a family is. Remember the Supreme Court judge, the female? They asked the Supreme Court judge, what is a woman? And she said, I don't know. What if they can say, hey, what is a black woman? What's a white woman? What's a yellow woman? What's a Hispanic woman? That same woman could say, well, I don't know. And if you say, I don't know, then how could you protect them as a protected group, right? How could you say that someone is being discriminated because they're a woman or a tranny? You have to have definitions. The law is about definitions. The law is definitions. And when you can change the definition of something, you can change the law, or you change how the law is applied. And that's what it seems like to me, what the goal is to keep morphing, reality. So they initially started bringing in and including more protected minority groups, and that the goal, I feel, was to undermine the family. So now you get a bunch of people in your household who don't know what they are. When you don't know what your gender is, or what, not your gender. See, I have to be careful with my terms. There's a difference between what is your sex and what is your gender. Yes, gender uh, is a construct, but it's based on your sex. It's based on your sex, your genetics. If you're XX, you're female. If you're XY, you're male. And they're giving children the right, people, they're giving little children the right to say, I don't feel that I'm a particular gender. I want to be, kids will believe anything. And they're doing this through movies. through celebrities, having them wear something, there might be a boy, but they're wearing a dress. And they're doing this deliberately to confuse young people. And even in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, did not the serpent say to Eve, did, did not God say you can't have any tree in the garden? It was to produce doubt in them. And that's not even what um, God had said. God said you can eat of every tree, every plant in the garden except that one tree. You can have everything except that one tree. That's a big difference, right? But see, it was presented in a way to put doubt and to put fear, to plant fear inside of you. And I feel that's what's happening now in America, that they're planting seeds of doubt and fear in young people to confuse them. And so now, if your child, that I believe they said, and people, if you know specifically, you could please share that information. But I think there's certain states in America that will allow a minor to take what you call um, the hormone blockers, hormone things to block their home so they won't develop, and to get a sex change operation. And who's paying for this? Who's paying? And in the military, that the military is required to service these people. Did you when I served in the military, it was against policy to be um, a homosexual. And I did share that incident that happened on the ship that I was on. I was in the Navy, and an incident happened, and a lesbian um, threatened another woman. It was it was it was some type of threat that was done in writing. If I understood right, that they had a napkin of something and they used red lipstick on it, and it was a threat. This is what I was told. Yeah, when you in the military and you when you um, new to your location, they have an in-doc for you. They introduce you to the different departments. You have to sign up with the different department. It's a whole procedure when you're new on board any command station. Um, so yeah, that's what they briefed me on what was going on the ship before I came aboard. Uh, they want you to know what's going on. So they were the captain of the ship made an announcement that every lesbian on board the ship will be removed from the ship. I don't think he took a. I'm not 100%, but I believe they were to get an honorable separation if they admit to it and get off the ship. Then, yeah, that's what happened. That is what happened. So it was against policy back when that was over 30 years ago, people. This was in the 1980s. And to have be an open person of that community, uh, it's a dismissal, okay? But now um, you can be that. And if I heard right, they'll even do certain medical procedures on you. Yeah, it's just something. Yeah, where was I going with this? I forget what I got distracted here with this story. Oh yeah, I remember that. See, they're attacking the foundation of your home, your community. And ultimately, if you have young people not knowing what they are, and that they're giving kids, minors, the power to do that behind their parents' back and to take dangerous chemicals. Yeah, these chemical the hormone blockers are very dangerous. I saw a video last week, no, it was earlier this week, and it was oh, I forget what gender. It could have been originally a man and he wanted to become a woman, and he took these hormones, and he's getting very bad side effects. Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Oh, I think maybe it was actually a woman originally, and he wanted to be a man. Well, either way, um, the person has serious side effects from the medication that they were given. Extremely dangerous, and they're not sharing that with the general, the medical field is not sharing that with the community, and they're making it seem safe, and it's not safe. Yeah, so that transgender person came out and was like a whistleblower about the dangers of taking. Yeah, the person regrets it. The person regrets what they did because they have serious health issues. So now, if you have a population that cannot reproduce, and I mean, any kid could say, I feel awkward about my body. Oh, you must not know what gender you are. They didn't say that. I don't know any uh, preteen who felt good about their body. You know, they're subconscious, and that's all what it is. But they want to put seeds of doubt. They're putting seeds of doubt in their head, and so you get them young. And once you mess with someone's hormones, that's it. You know, it's awful. And then what else? You have the implantables, so you confuse them about their identity. Identity is the foundation of who, of what your reality is. Your reality starts with who you are to yourself. Your sense of reality starts with you, the individual. And so if they make it that you don't like this about your body, you just change it. Or you add things to it. Thus, the implantables. They're putting in implantables in people, right? You hear all these things um, being put into people. I saw someone like they put a gadget in their arm that they some like a camera. People are starting to look like robots. Unreal. It looks like a sci-fi movie. Some of the things that I'm seeing. Yeah, they want to alter your sense of reality, and it's let's see, like even Elon Musk, who has the Tesla car, he also has another company, Neuralink. Neuralink is it's a scientific lab. Um, they want to connect your mind to a computer. Why is this? Why is this? So they're using all this distraction. Racism is a distraction. You can change your race. You might as well. If you can change your gender, can't you change your race too? Remember a couple of years ago, you had that woman who infiltrated the NAACP on the West Coast, and she did a hoax. She hoaxed a hate crime. She was a white woman posing as a black woman. Yeah, she was originally married to a black man. See, also be careful who comes into your community. See, some individuals infiltrate within communities so they have access to it, so they could manipulate it. She was a white woman, both of her parents are white. Yeah, her last name is Dolenzal. Dolenzal. She's a white woman. She did marry a black man and had at least one child with that union. And then there was a separation, and then that's when she did the switcheroo and went around society claiming to be a black woman. And she got a job as a president of the NAACP, of one particular chapter of the NAACP, somewhere on the West Coast. And then she did a hoax, a hate crime. She had a P.O. box, and she put threatening material in there and then cried wolf. She went to the authorities that these people are threatening her. No, they weren't. No one was threatening her. She did it upon herself. See that? Be careful. Not everything that kind of look like you, talk like you, act like you, and is allegedly promoting you is for you. She was serving like a spy almost, and deliberately doing things that were not true to cause strife between blacks and whites. And she was found to be. They found out her true identity. Yeah. Do you remember that, people? Do you remember that incident happened? I forgot that. Wow, this used to happen a lot. My live stream, like it would get interference. Yeah, I forgot I said that particular organization and that lady's name, and you saw what happened. Okay, you saw what happened there. Yeah, if you can hear me, it looks like I'm back on. If you can hear me, just press one for yes that you hear me. That is moving. Yes, yes, I'm back on. There was an interference. Yeah, I forget sometimes. I cannot say certain words. I got a little bit too comfortable there with that story. Yeah, thank you, Libera. Thank you for coming back on. Thank you. See that they don't want you to hear. See, they don't block your channel for lying. They block your channel, they block your live stream when you're saying something they don't want you to know. So it just goes to show that the content that I'm giving you is valuable. It is valuable for you to see the connections with social events that happen and how it affects you. You have outsiders, and these outsiders are doing social engineering in making you feel a certain way about yourself and about others. And they want to create a rift between different racial groups that may not really be real. Yes, there's racism in America, but it's not to the extent that they want you to see it. Yes, I did get attacked by that white woman, but I've also been harmed or attempted harm by black people. Anybody could be a criminal. Any race could be a criminal. Any home could be attacked. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a rift. And they're creating the rift. Most people, they just want to pay their rent, pay their mortgage, enjoy life. That's all. People just want to live. But you have social media, you have television, you have the music industry, in my opinion, that those different mediums, whether it be television, music, the radio, social media, uh, they are being used to shape the way you think about yourself, the way you think about others. And they want you to think that certain people just don't like it. Yes, some people may not like certain other individuals, but they're making it deliberately against certain groups. Yeah, like I said, you can't when there injustice done every day. Yeah, there are rifts. Yeah, but the rifts are over. Like remember the girl that got killed by her friends. Now that was an eye opener to me. See that's really showing you that your enemies could be anyone, even within your own circle. Even with the one I'm talking about, the girl that was beat up by that one girl, and it was uploaded on social media, and it was done in Mexico. They're Americans, Black Americans, and they went to Mexico for a birthday party, and she was killed. Anybody could be your Anyone could, yeah. They were not her friends. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they. It's so suspicious what happened with her. Um, my feel about what could have happened, that money was owed. That's what I'm thinking. Money was owed, and she had to pay it. That's just what I could be wrong. I could be wrong. What does anybody else have a theory what might have been the case? Yeah, that was just my feel about it. Something um, about money, I think. Yeah, they were soldiers from college. Her parents didn't know any of them. Okay, yeah, I know. I know. At least the mother said in an interview that the girl that did the beating, um, she knew her by name, but didn't know her, but knows that they went to the same college. Yeah, it's very suspicious. So I'm just saying, hey, be careful who you associate with. Oh, she did. She was successful, paid they say and pay. Oh, she did. Oh, wow, wow. That is something. If that's true, wow. Yeah, it was no excuse. It was a very ugly thing. See, I'm just trying to say, people, these are ugly times, but they want you focus on some other race when things like this is what is who you should really fear. I mean, and I say that not to be paranoid. I'm just what I'm trying to say is, and even the Bible talks about this, that your enemies will be from your very own. That's what I'm talking about. But they want you to think your enemies are outside of you, and it's not. Most of the time, they're people who you know, people from your neighborhood. That's what's happening. But they want to create a rift between different groups. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I wrote in the topic section, the description page of this live stream. Yeah, I mentioned about the oh, what was that now? Social media. But I saw a movie. Um, let me try to. I saw a movie called what do you call it? I'm sorry. Um, The Kingsman. I think it was that one, The Kingsman. Yeah, The Kingsman. There are three series. It was a movie, And there was an element in the movie, The Kingsman. Are you guys familiar with The Kingsman? It's um, people from Britain, and they started um, one of those agencies. They may not be your experience. Oh yeah, they may not be my experience. Yeah. Did anybody? Yeah. This section of my video, live stream is about. Oh yeah, that some of these movies are actually, in my opinion, it's like it's almost like a script of what to expect in the future. What it was called The Kingsman, and it was the like they have three of them. The movie I'm talking about with The Kingsman had this guy. He was a compositor. In my opinion, he was a black fellow in the movie, and he dressed like Rich. What's his name? Russell Simmons, the um, the rap artist, rap promoter. He was a composite of Russell Simmons and Bill Gates. Yeah, I say Russell Simmons by how he dressed a little bit, like he wore the ball, what do you call it, the sportswear. But remember how Bill Gates used to dress in the 1990s? He wore like these sneakers, and I think he wore a ball cap. You remember Bill Gates back in the day? He dressed in a way that was very disarming. Remember that? And I remember I was made to feel that he's someone that's trustworthy. Oh, trust in him. He's trying to dress very casual, that even though he's a multi millionaire and now a billionaire, but he's really down with the people. Remember that? And good things were said about him in the 1990s. I remember that. But who would think what he's about now? Well, in The Kingsman, it was a very good movie. I don't remember when it was released. I found it on iTunes, and I paid to see it. But this one, he talks about, well, this character. Yeah, that was not as long ago. Yeah. Okay. But in the movie The Kingsman, have any of you seen it and know about the one that I'm referring to? It was the one they had Samuel L. Jackson play the bad guy in the movie, and he wore like a ball cap. He'll wear these matching, like the sweater that matched the color of his hat. These very colorful things. Um, but he reminded me a composite of Bill Gates and Simmons. Russell Simmons, the uh, rap promoter back in the day. But he was like a billionaire. A section in the movie, a portion in the movie, it, because he has so much money, uh, he went on television in the movie. He goes on television, and he offers a gift to people, that you would have a free SIM card. So you get a free SIM card for life. So you have free phone service. Okay, this is very important, people. Yeah, it links in what's going on. See, these movies are really showing you a peek what they're really trying to do. uh, and again, these characters in the movie, they might do a composite of different characters that actually exist and then play them up, and make it like seem harmless, Um, so the character in the movie is supposed to be a billionaire. He dresses all, casual, like he's trustworthy, and that he wants to help humanity. And he makes an announcement that it's going to be free and for life. So you can have free internet phone service for life. And you just wait, you just go and pick up your SIM card. And so they showed people on long lines, and they showed this one lady uh, who had just got her SIM card. And well, what was to happen, people, was that, see, be careful of these free gifts. And I heard about 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I heard it several times on these YouTube videos, that they are giving free smartphones if you're on Medicaid or food stamps. If you have Medicaid or food stamps, that the government is going to give you a free phone, a free smartphone. Okay, so now you have that as a reality, because I just heard this a week or 2 weeks ago, and I heard it more than once. And then this movie called The Kingsman that came out. I don't remember when they came out, but I have all three series. Now it was the I think the second one is one with Samuel L. Jackson, uh, who plays the bad guy in it, and he's offering free service. And then what happens? Well, he has a his goal was to get the whole world connected on his app, so that he could then arrange for you to get zapped. There's according to this movie, The Kingsman, the app the app was to be remote controlled by his connection, because he has his headquarters. And in his headquarters, he has a computer terminal, and that he could put this switch on to send out impulses. And it makes you go crazy and kill each other. And there's another movie that has that same element, people. That same element. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, do you know what I'm talking about? There was another movie. The people are on their cell phones, and they're at an airport. Those of you who know what movie I'm talking about, I don't remember the name, but they're at an airport. And then all of a sudden, this weird sound comes out from the cell phone, and then they all start killing each other. Yeah. Hollywood, in my opinion, I believe Hollywood is letting you know what they're planning on doing. Why, in the natural world, in the real world, why are they offering a free phone? What's on these phones, people? See that that this is also why I want to share this. See, just because someone tells you what you want to hear or give you free things doesn't make them your friend. Just because someone gives you something for free or tells you what you want to hear does not that does not make them your friend. And just because you have a friend who tells you things that you may not want to hear, but it's true, and it's actually for your benefit, doesn't make them your enemy. You hear that? See how it switches. They're switching it. And many of us are falling for it. So in that movie, as I was saying, with the Kingsmen, they used those the app on the smartphone on these phones to control people. They'll also track you to let them know where you are. Yeah, watch it. If you have an opportunity to watch it, go watch it. Go watch the Kingsman. I got it on iTunes. Yeah, it is a lot. It does have a lot of fighting in it. Um, but it's just to let you know what Hollywood is showing you, and they're showing you it through composites. In my opinion, they're blending different characters to represent people of today. In my opinion, just my opinion, and I believe like they're supposed to represent like a Bill Gates person who claims that they want to get in, help humanity. But somehow, with his helping humanity, has to always lead to a lot of questionable medicines and outcomes of those medicines. Yeah, learn to be your own doctor. Learn to be your own doctor. Yeah. They're not telling you about some of the side effects of some of these drugs. Again, just because, like with the alphabet soup community, that they don't have to pay for it. How are these young kids paying for it? Your tax dollars are paying for it. They're not paying out of their pocket, these kids. Yeah, so just because it's free, right? Free mutilations of their bodies. And then one day they may wake up and realize what they did. Yeah. Yeah, learn to love yourself. Learn to love your body. Love itself. Yeah, remember also I made I did a video. I talked about it just coming to my mind now, but I did talk about it. The new trends, the makeup. You notice now they have these eyelashes. They're promoting, especially with black women, black and Latina women, and gay men who wear the drag queens, and they have these super long eyelashes, and now they have these eyelashes that adhere to your eye with these magnets, this liquid magnet to attach the eyelashes to your eyelids. Why do you think they're doing that? Why? I mean, anytime I watch, yes, I do watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I get all these commercials on YouTube with regard to these eyelashes. Your first was the eyebrows. Everybody was getting their eyebrows done. And what are these eyebrow things? They're it's like a cream or powder or pencil you put on your eyebrows. But now you have the eyelashes. What are the eyes? Do you know your eyes are very permeable? Things could get in the eye. Don't you think that maybe they put in those magnets, it could be nanoparticles? Don't you think these nanos can go in your brain, people? People, people, be careful what you put in your eye. Just start noticing the behavior of the people with these super long eyelashes. Look at their behavior. How do they have similar behavior? I mean, just asking. Be careful what you put upon your body. Also, did you hear about the baby powder? You know that the baby powder they had asbestos in it. I mean, I didn't know it had asbestos, but I knew it had this other component in it. And a lot of mommies put the baby powder, and if they have little girls, and a lot of these little girls were becoming sterile. And upon close examination of the talcum powder, it's very damaging to your reproductive um, plumbing. Yes, because see, they want to create these products, these toiletries that can easily enter inside your body through what looks like harmless things. I mean, I've used baby powder. I don't use it anymore. But back in the day, many of us had baby powder. So they're sneaking in to our health through these random, seemingly harmless products that are trusted, but it's coming out now that they're not good for your body. And uh, you don't think that they did that on purpose? You don't think that they designed that? These are scientists who make these products. How could you make something knowing you knew what you put in it? Why did you put it? Because see, they want to sterilize certain groups. You have people that study demographics. They study um, how people relate to one another socially. They find out what products you use. They find out your habits, and then they create a product to cater to those lifestyles. And my instinct is just telling me, wait, ladies, and gentlemen, because you have men who use these false eyelashes. And my instincts are telling me that they might be putting stuff inside these products that would get inside your eye, which is near your brain, and do havoc. Yeah, see, they're sneaky. People are doing sneaky things because they're getting desperate. They desperately want to manipulate you, and they want to control you. So I'm just saying, hey, be aware of what's going on so you can protect yourself and your family. Again, your lifestyle, your body, your lifestyle, your orientation is your business. It is your business who you associate with, who you sleep with, who you want to marry. That is all your business. But I'm just saying, be careful about certain lifestyle choices because some of these lifestyle choices are designed to put you in a pickle. It's designed to actually harm you, but it's being dressed up and make it look like something else. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of these movies seem to be reflecting certain events that may occur in the near future. So, yeah, does anybody have anything they want to add to this or share? Yeah, yeah, be careful. Yeah, we all have to be careful. Yeah, my plan for tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. Well, I don't like Christmas. I never felt comfortable with Christmas.
I don't know, um, it's, it's nothing about light. Like here, I mean, I'm no longer a Christian, but I used to be one. And I believed what it said, but I had a paradigm shift many of you know about in 2015. Um, I just say your religion or your practices is a personal one. And if something serves you, if your religion serves you, you serve it. Okay? That's my answer with that. If it helps you, stick with it. But I just feel that, see, the holiday, the Christmas holiday, in my opinion, um, it's a bondage. It's a celebration. Um, I know this is going to be a strong statement. To, in my opinion, at least what Christmas has become is a celebration of death and to get you into debt. And the two words sound alike. There's death and then there's debt. Debt meaning that you owe money, and death meaning you're no longer alive. And both of these things are at play during Christmas. You have people who don't have money, who may not even be of that religion, but yet they're being forced because of culture and to follow what the Joneses are doing, that they have to get a big Christmas tree. They have to put lights on their house, especially in those suburbs. I've been in neighborhoods in suburbs in the United States, and they all try to outdo each other with these lights. I mean, electricity is very expensive. I don't know how they can afford to have these. I mean, the number of lights that they have is unreal. But either way, and then the gifts. You have people who buy these Christmas gifts and they feel burdened that they have to go out and buy something that, and they're buying, I was with this person and they want to buy something that they don't really even like, but they feel forced to buy something for that other person just because it's the holiday. And they may not be able to afford it. You have people who buy things on credit or their credit cards, um, and then um, the New Year's hit, and they're wondering how they're going to pay their bills, and it's like a burden. Or the children, they say, "Oh, you gotta, Christmas, is for children," and a lot of these kids don't appreciate what they have. They don't need it. And I saw that growing up when I was a young girl, that when I saw how it made this person feel, and they were upset because they had to do a particular task that they didn't want to do on that Christmas day. And I learned early in life that this day put a burden on people to do or act a certain way that was against what they wanted to do. And I said from that point on that I would not, I don't like this. And yeah, and as I grew up, I felt, under pressure that I had to buy this and buy that. And it makes you poor. It makes you broke. Yeah, this day is a day of bondage, and it's done right at the end of the year, just before the New Year's. I'm just saying, if you want to buy a gift, buy a gift. But don't let it rule you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, and I can't get into the Santa Claus. It's like it's a religion. It's a religion within a religion. And why waste my time? If there's a Santa Claus, then let Santa Claus buy the gift, right? right? You know, yeah, we want, it seems like we want to create a religion to keep us in bondage. You better be good because Santa Claus is watching you. And if you don't do what Santa likes, you're not going to get the gift. So it's conditional, the gift. And that's what you're teaching children. You're teaching that giving from the heart is based on what you do, you know? So I don't know. It's just not sitting right with me. But, it does allow an opportunity for people to, relatives and friends to meet. But I really hope you all, those of you who do practice Christmas or just, not necessarily practice Christmas, but like going visiting people that they know, friends or family during this time, um, do so. And I really hope you have a really nice time, you know. Um, yeah, stay safe, stay safe. Anybody's going away for the holidays? Anybody here? I'm planning on staying put. Yeah, I want to stay in the city, and yeah, it's freezing out there. It's 7 degrees right now. Yeah, it might be going up to 15. That's 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's still too cold for my dogs. Yeah, my babies are right with me. See, that's one of them. And the other two, oh, you can't even see them. Yeah, you can't see them. Yeah, the other two is on my left side. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy days right now. Crazy days. But people, you watch my channel because, yeah, it is a little different, my channel. I am a work in progress. Oh, yes, I am a work in progress. But I think we all instinctively know that there's something up. And we just try to find other people's, who are on the same wavelength. People who sense there's more that meets the eye about society, you know. Yeah, you're not alone. People, you're not alone. And it's not your imagination what you see. You see what's going on. You see it. But those of you who could give prayers, nothing wrong with praying. Praying is a focus thought to a higher being, or maybe your higher self. To ask for direction, ask for protection. Yeah. Before I go outside, I pray over myself and my little dogs that we have a safe journey and to protect us from harm. Oh yes, I do that. Yeah, start doing that. Yeah, thank you for the thumbs up there. Yeah, these are times where you know you decide for yourself what you want to believe in. You decide for yourself what you want to believe in, who you want to be your friend. Take care of your health also. Be your own doctor. If your doctor can't help you, help yourself. Go on the internet, find other people that have the same symptoms that you have and find out, hey, what do you do to treat yourself, you know? Yeah, I believe, I mean, in my opinion, again, you have the freedom to discuss different health options, medicine options for you. But I feel that people put trust in doctors, and they should start to put their trust in themselves first. Put trust in themselves first. Be your best friend. And hey, eat foods that agree with you. Do things that are good for your body. Question the drugs that your doctor wants to give you. Ask your doctor, hey, what are the side effects? And have them go on the computer and say, doctor, I haven't heard of this drug, or I heard something about it. Could we review the possible side effects of this drug? You'd be surprised. I had bought this drug. Well, I had bought, it was last year, with the COVID scare. I was starting to panic because all this, I was watching too much of the videos and all this scare about the pandemic. And I contacted my doctor, my primary care physician. And I asked my primary care physician, it was, I think, in November of last year, October, November of last year, in 2021. And I said, I was concerned that if by chance, if I get sick with that C19, that what do I have to do? Where do I go? Where do I go to get treatment? And my primary care physician told me, well, we don't have any treatments here. And there's no real treatment for it. But if you get seriously sick, yes, do come to the hospital here, and then we give you that such and such drug. Now, this particular drug that she recommended, what they give there when you have to be hospitalized, that drug causes organ failure. So I asked, and while I'm talking to my doctor, I have my computer on playing a video about the side effects of the medication. So I asked her, well, I heard that causes organ failure. And she said, I don't know where you get that information. You're watching the wrong videos. You should go on the government websites about that particular virus and the treatment, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they told to give blanket statements. These doctors. I asked a valid question. And they want to so she said that they don't have like if you test positive. So let's say you're asymptomatic, but you test positive. What could you do for me? I asked my primary care physician. She says, we can't do anything. There's no treatment. So when she said that, that information, I spoke to a physician. Well, I contacted a website of a physician that that is a doctor here in the United States, and they were giving out, well, not giving, but they were selling a prophylactic for C19. And when I received it, I read the side of it. I read that it came with a little pamphlet, and on the bottle, I didn't notice on the bottle right away. I read the pamphlet, and it was questionable. But then my instinct said, "Don't take it." I said, "I don't have any symptoms." But I was scared because it was approaching winter, because it was October, November of last year. And I was afraid. I said, wow, all these people are getting sick around me. And if I get sick, who's going to take care of my dogs? If I had to get hospitalized because of this thing, who's going to take care of my family here? So I started to panic. And I didn't want to just sit on my behind and not do anything. So I found a doctor that offers some treatment plans or prophylactics. But when I read what was on the bottle, I read what was on that bottle, and it said, "If you go blind, if you go blind, please contact from taking this." Right. So one of the side of what was on the bottle, that the potential side effect of taking that prophylactic is blindness. I said, hell no, I'm not going to take this. I had it in my apartment for a couple of months, and then one day I decided to read the bottle specifically because I read the pamphlet. That pamphlet didn't say about the pamphlet had questionable things on it, which I was hesitant. So something just said, don't take it as a prophet. Don't take it. But if you get sick, you get as a take it then. But then my son said, read the Bible, the bottle more carefully. That they said that product might make me go blind. Hell no, I threw it out. I threw out the bottle. Yeah, yeah. So you have people, I see. I want to be open with you guys because even when you go to a contact a physician for treatment, and some of these medications have very bad side effects. That's why I'm saying you have to be your own doctor, so to speak. So to speak. I mean, be proactive in your health. Um, I mean, they have like, the vitamins. No, I'm not a medical doctor, and I'm not given medical advice, but just what I did. But yeah, your medical care is in your hands, and who you want to put your trust in. I'm just saying that even with doctors who um, aren't mainstream doctors in the sense of how to go about treating their patients, that even some of the medication that they may prescribe, uh, you better read it. And I had trusted this person. Yeah, I'm not going to give the name of the person. I don't remember actually the name of the person, but I don't want to tell you. You'll be able to find out who she is. But um, I don't believe that she deliberately is giving something to harm us, but that upon closer examination of it, that's when I saw about the blindness and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, the buyer beware, people. The buyer beware. Um, yeah. There's one more thing I want to talk about to try to wrap this all up. I just completed a book by David Icke, the researcher. He has a book, his latest book is called The Trap. The Trap. It took me months to read. Yeah, I'm a very slow reader and I didn't read it every day, but I just completed it yesterday. And many of you know, I'm sure have heard of the researcher David Icke. He lives in Britain. And he tries to connect the dots of different events. And mostly that the conclusion of the matter, what is the trap? The system, that this world is an illusion. The things that the what we see, he calls it's a hologram, and that it it shows you things and it manipulates the way you think and even how we interact with each other as it pertains to the pandemic that was for the past 2.5 years, going on 3 years actually. And I think, in a nutshell, the conclusion of the matter is about love. He said that love is a frequency, it's a healing frequency, and that this artificial intelligence and the like, that this AI tries to control the way we think and make us afraid of one another. But he said that by turning on your, I'm using the word turn on, but to turn on your love frequency is a weapon against this system that's trying to control our thinking. That it repels it repels the love frequency. And love, they say, is healing too. It's healing to the mind. And I know I said a lot of things today on this live stream that might have made some of you maybe anxious or upset or sad. But I'm reminded of the author's book, The Trap, and the solution. And I think this is a good idea about to turn on our love frequency, to give us to strengthen our hearts. Yeah. You to see this sun. Yeah, yeah. And that's why I also show this. Yeah, this sun coming up. Yeah, Liberia. Yeah, I like watching the sun come up. Yeah, the sun rises at 7:17 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. Yesterday was 7:16. Yeah, so sunrise is coming later and later still. Black folks always love and always in love because oh, that's nice. Yeah, yeah, and I have to remind myself that. I have to remind myself I have to get in the love frequency. Get in the love frequency, and see, we may not be billionaires. We may not run these large corporations, but what we can control is how we feel about ourselves and the love frequency. Yeah, let us when we get out of bed, you could go to the mirror and say, I love you. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Yeah, Lightbearer said, it is our nature. We never taken anyone and abuse them as a group. Yeah, okay. Yeah, love frequency. Yeah, the people around, people around the world, we just people. People are people. Oh, you're a zillionaire. All right, all right. Yeah, that's a good attitude. Yeah, the love frequency. Yeah, let's connect with the love frequency, and so if these artificial intelligence slash AI or these other forces out there, they're trying to harm us. Well, let's send out love frequencies. These love frequencies out there. Yeah, yeah, they're here to divide and conquer. But let's put ourselves back together with love. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm being reminded about this. Yes, sometimes I can get a little intense. Yes, I can be intense sometimes. But this sunrise here, as you see, um, it's about love. Love yourselves, love your families. And maybe by saying, positive affirmations out there, wishing healing to our nation, our family, other countries, maybe somehow we could turn it all around and promote peace. Let's see. Yeah, Liberia is saying, that's my nature. This society was built for and by a people without any love, but they are
surviving. So they are survival only.
I see. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to just survive. Yeah, I'm still on that spiritual journey. Yeah, here I completed a book, but I wanted, you know, I want to do something different. Like they say, if you do the same thing, you get the same outcome. I have to decide for myself what outcome I want to have for the next coming year, 2023. And if you have any things that you would like to achieve for 2023, yeah, share it in the comment below. I mean, in the what do you call it, the chat room. What you would like to achieve or obtain for 2023. Yeah, I haven't decided for myself yet, but one thing I can say, like many of you know, um, I was to move 2 months ago and it fell through, but this might be for a reason. Um, Sometimes you may have a desire for yourself, but the life forces out there had other plans. So I like to get in alignment with my higher self. What is it out there? Um, yeah, what is the Creator's desire for me, and how to walk in that alignment? Yeah, I would like to. I would like to do a fast and do a body cleanse and a fasting and get in tune with getting new guidance. Yeah, I was all hyped up for this year to move, but as you guys know, I shared that things fell through. Yeah, I gave away a lot of stuff. I'm glad I gave away a lot of stuff though. I had a lot of clutter. Um, yeah, I want to maybe set. Oh, sorry, my battery's low. I need to set new goals for myself for this year. I need to. I want to sharpen my mind. I need to sharpen my mind, and I would like to get in better physical condition. Yeah, even though I do my walking almost every day, I walk maybe 4 miles a day. Um, I did gain a little weight in the tummy. Yes, I did. Yeah, I ate some no. There's some sweets. I did. I did. I ate some sweets, but I want to keep more. I want to be a little bit more self-disciplined about certain things. Um, and get into my body, my mind body connection to empower myself more with that and do the meditation that I would like to do. So yeah, you could share below what your goals are. Yeah, take, they take advantage of. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. Share below what your desires are for 2023. What you're going to do to perfect yourself. Wait, wait. I don't want to say perfect yourself, but um, get more in alignment with yourself. What do you want to do? Yeah, yeah. And everyone is different. Not that one person may have one goal doesn't mean that you have to have the same one. It's something that's personal. It could be spiritual. It could be education. It could be financial. There are so many different things, and what is right for you, you know, that what fits for you. Okay, do so. So yeah, this sunrise. Yeah, I don't know what time it is right now, but it definitely It's a, yeah. What time is it? Yeah, here in New York City. Well, sunrise is at 7:17 a.m. So I don't know whether it's that time now, but it's probably approaching. So yeah, my batteries are running low here on this device. But I want to thank you all for uh, getting up early and watching this live stream for me. I appreciate you all, and yeah, may you have a safe. If I don't come back on, for the rest of the holidays, um, have a fantastic holiday. Um, do well to yourself and others. Okay, peace, love, and joy to us all. Until next time soon, I hope. Okay? Yeah, thank you again, Lightbearer. Okay, I'm hoping to finish my text one. Yeah, okay. Thank you again. Take care, guys and gals. Bye bye.